Ahoy, hoy, everyone. How's it going, everybody? Look, I'm going to tilt my camera down a little bit here.
You know, there's one thing you can rely on with the TrickyBricks build-in chat, and that is that the first 8 seconds will be a little chaotic.
There will be some kind of adjustment. There always is, right?
Well, we're super glad to see you.
Yes, we're super excited to be here. It's like our first non-group chat show. Here, I'm going to fix it over there. It's our first non-group chat show since... in 2021. Since before the holidays. So this is exciting. Oh yeah, look.
What's that?
Look, here I am.
Look, it's us. That's Flynn. I'm Richard.
All right. So, anywho,
you know, some people don't know that actually.
I know. It's okay. What
I mean to say is, of the people that know Flynn and Richard, some don't know which is which.
Here, look, which is fine. I've got coffee all over me and on
everyone
here,
knows who Logan is.
Thank you.
See, always have a handkerchief.
I should always have a handkerchief. Look at me.
That's all right. Ridiculous. You don't have to. I have one, and we're usually within a few feet of one another.
Okay, there we go. All right, so anyway, we got a super fun show for you today. We're kicking off 2021 with some fun stuff that I'm really, really excited about.
This one was surprising to me. As of very recently, I didn't. Yeah, well, at any rate, I'm excited about what we're talking about today, and I think we'll start off by saying hi to everyone.
So, but as you know, we are doing a brief history of Galidor, and it is a brief history because it is brief. But we managed to find enough stuff to I think, give you a good little talk about Galidor.
Yeah. Well, our treatment is brief, and it was a brief theme.
It's true. It's true. But yeah, let's see who is with us today. Awesome. Albert Lee is here. How's it going? Aquamite TV, Brickanista, hey Naomi, Brickman Mosaics Art, Brickworm, Chris Lockdown 3D with Vengeance Chalice.
Oh yeah, it's the third time.
Oh my goodness. Cowboy Cornado is here. Ahoy howdy. Darren Siegfried, Debo Bricks, Fabufan MKE, Gary Mullane, always good to see you, Gary. Hooded One, John Luttrell, Johnny Cat.
Maraid
is here. Yay, Maraid. Matthew Builds Bricks. Minifig Chick, of course, is here. And Minifig Nick and Monica Berry and Moto. I love seeing all four of those names together. That makes me happy. Patrick Wismer is here. How's it going? Robert Zaccardi and the Zaccardis. Lana, Elena, and Vanessa. Hi. Jake Sadovich is here. Sorry, we got like some little switches
Things
around
are
there.
moving around.
Sarah Silverman just popped in. How's it going, Sarah? The Hornburgers are here. Andrew, Julia, and Peter. How's it going? Wilfred is here. Bonsoir.
Hi, Hornburgers.
Zach Martinez. Ahoy, hoy, Hornburgers. Sorry, I almost forgot the traditional greeting.
Oh,
my goodness. And of course, Kim Zarachino, so we can all relax now.
I think you're putting too much pressure on Kim.
Oh,
but she's a rock.
No,
you've seen her stream, right?
Well, I'm sorry if she is, and if I'm sorry if it's pressure on her, but it's like, it's relaxing for me. Oh goodness, look, I cut myself shaving. Yeah, if you can't tell, I'm fresh out of the shower.
Right now. We're all fresh for 2021. So. Took our annual shower, whether we need it or not.
Yes, Richard is wearing a blue shirt under his shirt. We are wearing our matching union suit. Oh no, you've got a. Oh, I thought you had your.
Yeah, I didn't have my union suit on. Well, it's still pretty chilly here, so despite the fact that I don't know stripes and plaids, at least they're in the same color family.
Yeah,
right?
There you go. So we've got some fun stuff lined up today. We are going to talk about Galidor, of course, but we also have some Lego news.
Yep.
So why don't we start off with pins?
Okay. Oh, there we go. You first. I'm featuring this wolf howling at the moon. I don't know if that's from California Adventure or just where, but it's a hidden Mickey. I just love that one.
Likely. All right, Aquamike TV, we'll see you later. And I have got Cruella Deville and her... is it gonna...
Oh, sorry.
Come on, Clicky, help.
Out. Here, try going once more.
No.
No, sometimes that works. There she is. Cruella, you were focused for just a second.
With Jasper and... Oh, crap. I've looked at so many names, I've forgotten the other one.
You know all of the hench people.
I know. But
and
anyway, it's a fun
Link.
one.
opera-length dark red gloves.
Horace, thank you very much.
Oh,
Horace.
Good job.
See, I knew. See, I also know too that if we like screw up anything of this from Galidor today, somebody will know the real answer.
Right. Well, it's a conversation. We usually learn something.
Yeah, we do. We learned a lot actually. Probably maybe more than we needed to.
Hey, we've got scripts.
So I know. Look at that. We've got scripts. We've got slides. We have visual aids, as they call them in school. But before
we can put them up on the overhead.
Oh yes. Oh yes, on the overhead. Okay, so let's see.
I
What
was
else we got?
I was that kid who operated the overhead projector and the 16mm projector, all those things.
So, how do you feel about stickers? This is so cool. I am overly excited about this.
Okay, now Moto's here, so I bet he'll guess this. I'm gonna say when it was from, and you see if you can guess the theme. It is from 2014. This was given to us by Cornado. Thanks, Cornado.
Thanks, Cowboy Cornado.
So someone's gonna get it. There's lots of clues there. Oh, there's a big clue. No? Let's see. Any guess?
I don't know. Why don't you let us know?
All right. From this is 17 by 13.5 studs large. It's TMNT, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Of course it is. Look at that color scheme.
Right. It's the Turtle Lair Invasion with 860 parts. It had a triptych, like 3 pieces of architecture there. And it came with Donatello, Leonardo, a foot soldier, Shredder, there's 2 villains there, and then my favorite, I have to have this minifigure now. You know I like Chima, right? All those figures. Well, there's one called Splinter.
Yeah, he's like the
he was
sensei.
a gray wolf with short legs and just an awesome head.
I think we have him.
Oh well, he's got to come right out where he can hang out. And
yeah,
play.
we have a group of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle minifigs that we got from a friend who gave us a bunch of sets. The same person that we got the Pirates of the Caribbean ship from. Our good friend Dan and his son Thor. So
thank you.
That's awesome.
Well,
And he's a rat, says Mairead, which is true because he lives in the sewer.
He's a rat.
He's a rat.
Look at his
Master
face.
Splinter.
He looks so canine.
Yeah.
Oh well, there you go. Well, I'll look. He's the coolest.
Now maybe you don't want it so much.
No, I do.
And what am I saying? You love Lego rats. You
do.
Collect them.
Yeah, well, because Ben. Ben and Willard, those awesome, terrible horror movies from the 70s.
So can you tell that this was like right out of our age zone? Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles was just like one we didn't know.
It was. We were just.
It was a comic book. It was an indie comic when we were the age of that.
Yeah, and then I probably was in high school or something, and
all in black and white too. Yeah.
Really?
Yep.
I didn't know that.
Yep.
See, you learn stuff.
There you go.
Educational television.
I used to see it on the shelf when I went to go buy my ElfQuest comics.
Oh, right.
ElfQuest. Okay. So,
Well,
so
I can't believe now I'm going to have to go and look at Splinter again. I thought he looked kind of like
Splinter is a rat, in
little.
fact. Okay, so real quick, I wanted to show you. I did post this. There's a post up on the website. There is I put something in the Discord, but I did want to share our new schedule for the coming year. And this is actually, I'm going to have to stretch this out here.
I think that'll work. Oh,
there we go.
At that, like magic.
So this is our streaming schedule for 2021 as it stands now. Mondays, I'll be on 2 p.m. on Twitch. And then Wednesdays we'll be doing our shows like this. We'll be doing interviews, how-tos, the history ofs, which we're going to delve into more. And then
those are fun.
Yeah, then Fridays will be our weekly challenge slideshow like we always do, and then Sunday will be our group show with guests. So really, all that's changing really is that we're moving on Mondays. we won't be doing a morning show. We'll be doing an afternoon show, or I'll be doing an afternoon show.
I might pop in
on Twitch.
Help you hydrate.
Yes. Oh, thank you, Brickanista. I worked on that. So.
I think it looks like a card battle. Like there should be little stats on these cards, and we'll,
Yeah, and Cornado, no, the challenges will still continue to be announced on Friday. We just did Sunday this last time because that was the time frame that we had to work with.
And we had special guests.
And we had special guests and all that kind of good stuff. So
right, and for anyone who didn't know or wasn't here on Sunday, what is the new challenge?
The new challenge is, well, and I was trying to, I couldn't think of a clever name for it when we were actually announcing it, but I came up with one. It's the new year, baby.
There you go, and you got to use that voice too.
You have to say it like that when you say it to yourself. Hey, John Williams is here. JMW Music, aka Joriel Builds. How's it going?
You know who would be well cast saying that? Danny DeVito.
Oh,
yes. It's the new year.
It's the new year, baby. Or Dean Martin, perhaps.
Oh, I got that. It's a whole different
But anyway, so the challenge is, so our Tricky Lug family member, Christopher Koster, and his wife are expecting, and they are going to be announcing it on social media, and they want to do something with Lego, and so they thought it would be fun to have that be a challenge. So the theme is babies, and the winner is going to get one of those buildable bricks. It's a 2x4 brick that's buildable out of other bricks in turquoise or teal. And then the other thing is they are going to pick their favorite and use it as their announcement with credit, of course, on social media.
So make your build any size you want, from 4 bricks up to 40,000 bricks, but make sure that we can see it in an Instagram shaped photo.
Yes, and like square. So square format is what we're looking for here. That'd probably be best. So so there's an article up about that on the website, an article up about this. Babies, and we know how much y'all love babies. So I'm just saying, it seems like a shoe-in.
I'm reminded of that, in the cartoons, they're playing dice. Baby needs a new pair of shoes.
Yeah. Yes. All right.
Well, we've got like a period piece
because Danny DeVito and Dean Martin are so close and interchangeable. Well, not really, but I figured.
Well, I thought Danny DeVito was awesome in the Blues
Dean Martin would have been more like, "This Happy New Year, baby," kind of more like that, right? Is that a little more Dean Martin?
Yeah, just maybe have a.
I'm not up on my Dean Martin impersonation. I apologize.
Yeah, maybe having come back from a cocktail party. Oh, look, I've got coffee in front of me.
Oh, my goodness. Okay, so anyway, moving on.
And Lego.
Moving swiftly along, and Lego. There are 25 new product ideas up for review. They just announced the ones. All the Lego ideas sets that have reached 10K and that are going to be considered. Now, I'm interested to see what people... They call him Dean DeVito, says Wilfred. Yes, there you go. It's our own character, Dean DeVito.
Dean DeVito and Gary Lewis.
Maybe Dean DeVito and Gary Lewis need to make a visit to the Brick Trivia Showdown.
All right.
Okay. Anyway, let's head on back over to the interwebs. So yes, we've got 25 product ideas qualify for the third 2020 Lego Ideas Review. Let's take a quick look at them. First up, and I'm so excited about this one.
This one is close to our heart here.
Yeah, so this is our buddy Jack, otherwise known as Big Plains, and he...
Super nice guy.
Yeah, super nice guy. He's doing, he has submitted this. Hello, Roland, how's it going? Welcome.
And Jack's a young builder too, right?
Yeah, well, I'm not so young anymore, but yes.
Oh, I guess that's right. We met a while ago.
But it's very exciting that he that this made it in. Pretty cool.
Yeah, he makes big planes, and they're big
by the name. Okay, so this one I feel like, unfortunately, I mean, it made the votes, but it missed its time.
Yeah, it seems like a little. I don't understand. It's sort of.
Well, it was
passed like ships in the night.
Well, so the thing is, like, they can't. Like, if the idea is set and makes it to 10,000, it's already. I mean, it's just automatically in for consideration whether or not Lego's already done something. And we have a couple things here.
Got it.
So, I mean, it's a beautiful...
Well, it's really, really nicely done.
And micro version, right?
Yeah, like and made like the architecture sets,
yeah,
like
exactly.
That presentation.
Okay, Gravity Falls. Now, I don't know the show. Like, I know it's a cartoon, but I think this is delightful. I love the building, the shape of it. I love the totem pole. Like, all of it is... And, I love roadside attractions.
Well,
so
it makes me think of that show Northern Exposure.
Yeah,
what I don't know. That's just
because
me.
Of the
and then
of the totem pole,
and then I don't know, and the brown roof and all that.
Yeah.
But now that kid reminds me of from Stranger Things.
Yeah, he used it's the hat from Stranger Things.
Oh, that's why.
And the hat with the hair. Yeah, one of the only baseball hats with hair. There's not a whole lot of them, believe it.
This one also kind of like passed like ships in the night.
Yeah, here we go. Bricktown Police Station with a
super
donut shop
cute
next
build.
door. It's cute.
I love the architecture.
Yeah, unfortunately, it came a little bit too late. Now this is beautiful, but there's already a bag end set, like an official one.
I love the fantasy of this, of that lovely,
But I love the book presentation, and they have been doing those book things lately, right?
And ever since I was 10, I wanted a house with a round door too, just because.
This would be big, though. This would be big.
It has to be for them to do those. Look at those delicate curves on the pages.
Yeah.
And all that.
Yeah. Very cool. Okay, here's the Red Dwarf bug ship. Now, it is a cool design. However, I think that Red Dwarf is going to be a hard sell.
Well, do you just think Red Dwarf has a bunch of really dedicated fans, but it's very specific, right?
Well, yes, and I don't mean it's going to be a hard sell because it's bad. I just mean it's going to be a hard sell because it's relatively obscure. I mean, you have to be a pretty hardcore sci-fi person to. But just overall, it's a cool build. Although it's not quite as I don't know, finished as I'm used to seeing.
Well, we're used to seeing space with not many studs, right?
Exactly.
But I love the articulated legs.
Yeah. Hey, the Mowgli is here. Ahoy, hoy. How's it going?
It's fun and scary. Yeah, Wilfred, I think it's cool. Like, if this came out, I may need to get it.
Mairead said that Red Dwarf is the British Firefly. It so is. That's 100% true. That's hilarious. Okay, let's see. We've got the Avatar, The Last Airbender. Now, I know that Lego has previously actually done their sets, and this is Yip Yip, and it's this kind of like six-legged yak thing, which is really cool. And for whatever reason, makes me think of the Flintstones.
Yep.
We got a classic castle. I think this is it's a nice model. I'd like to see it a little bit closer up.
Yeah,
and I feel like if they decided to go down the road of some castle-y things in ideas that kind of went together, this would make a nice addition along with the blacksmith shop that's going to be coming out soon.
Well, I think it's a really fun, very detailed castle, but I think the photography and lighting didn't do it any favors.
Yep. Here we go. This is okay. Now this one, I have to admit to being a little bit confused about the open MRI machine.
Well, I understand the MRI machine. What I'm wondering is how is this creature? Is that creature the MRI attendant?
I don't know. I think it's part of the machine, and then it's got a magnet inside, which I think is cool. I just find it an odd choice. I'll say that.
Well, I like that it's a playset. I'd like to know more about that critter with the cool eyes. Unless, I can't help but see a critter, but maybe those are just dials. But then when I was in an MRI machine, I didn't operate the dials.
Well, and it's also, it's not necessarily like a fun thing that you want to remember. Right? I mean,
being in an MRI. Now, that said, like, I think these are all really cool builds, and I know from having talked with some of the designers of them that the ideas process is rigorous, like it takes so much to get to those 10,000 votes. Yeah. And I know these people all worked really, really hard.
Well, I'm sorry. I am gonna, I know we try to be really positive on the show, but I have to say that I disagree with you. Like we're having our first, Siskin and Ebert.
Siskel
and Ebert moment.
You mean thumbs up? I'm thumbs up.
I'm gonna have to disagree with you here. No, they always did. They leaned forward and like wagged a finger.
We need comfier chairs.
No, I think that there are some that I honestly and truly just don't understand.
Well, it's true. I think it's an uneven field, and only a certain number of them make it to sets. But I just wanted to recognize how hard the designers of those sets work and how hard it is to get to that point.
Right.
That said, this is my favorite so far. I love this.
The Lighthouse is amazing. I really, I love the
kerfuffle. We're having a kerfuffle.
I know, yeah. That's pretty much about as
pretty kerfuffly
it gets, like a finger shake.
But we disagree about aesthetics and stuff sometimes.
Yes. I mean, I'm not saying that the MRI thing was a bad model so much as I was saying.
I'm not gonna get the MRI machine.
I don't know that it's an ideas set that would be. You know what I mean?
Yeah, my mom loved Lighthouses.
Okay, well, I'm seeing people who are saying it would be great as an amazing part of therapy in a pediatric hospital. Like, absolutely.
Well, I think that's an amazing idea.
That's an amazing idea. Again, I just don't know if it's the kind of thing that is necessarily Lego ideas that's going to sell off the shelf, like that they're hoping to sell. Just thinking from a business standpoint. But now, anyway, moving on. The Lighthouse is, yes, amazing, and it's functional. It has a light brick. I love the water. I just love everything about it. Like this whole little like micro, this like little micro thing going on.
I also like.
Hey, Jeff McElwee is here. Happy birthday, by the way, buddy.
Happy birthday. I don't know why I whispered that.
I don't either.
I like that they showed the Moody version with the Photoshop added to it, and also one where you really see this is exactly what we would get if we got this set.
Right.
And I would be very interested to see the kinds of changes that would happen in this to get it to market. It looks like a very stable, buildable model.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, we have Avatar, the other Avatar. Got two avatars, and both of them are different.
This looks like it looks like Avatar meets Ninjago. It's got all these layers and colors, and neither one of us have seen that movie. Actually, have you seen it? Mm-mm. I haven't seen Avatar. I'm going to at some point.
Well, I gotta say, my thing with this one is I feel like it, while lovely, it seems like it would be a difficult build.
That's what I think. I think it's really beautiful, and I think it would be tough to get all those delicate, pieces.
Yeah.
It might, if this one made it, it might need to change a lot.
Yeah.
But I love the way they've used colors.
Yes, I agree.
And who wouldn't want like a blue pointy-eared minifig?
Yeah, it's I definitely like it. I wonder about its buildability. Is that a word?
Buildability? I think it is.
Buildability. Okay, Spirited Away. I think that this is a really beautiful model.
Gorgeous.
I think it's a lot of square, but I still really like it.
Well, this is one where I think seeing it orthogonally, like seeing it diagonally or being able to see the profile, I think this front entrance is more dimensional than what we're seeing on the sides. I like how light it is, all that light coming into it through all those windows and openings.
Yes.
This one's beautiful, and to me it feels like more like one of those, let's put it on a shelf and put a spotlight on it.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Jumanji, another movie I've never seen.
Yeah, I like that it lights up, and I love that it splits, but I haven't seen the movie it was based on.
Yeah, I'm a bit behind on. I mean, I know the concept and I know the book concept, but it's a cool building.
Yeah,
and I like how it splits in half.
Yeah.
I think that's really cool. It looks like it would come with like a nice array of minifigures, but yeah, it's a really nicely made model.
I hope the inside is all detailed out.
Yeah. I hope so too. I mean, it looks like the back is open, so one would assume.
Like a play set.
Yeah. Okay, let's see what we got next. This is
amazing.
Gorgeous.
This feels super ideas to me. And it comes, look, all those lights are lit up.
Yeah, it's like lit from inside. It's highly detailed. It looks like it would fit a little bit it would fit in a nice space. What's up?
Lego can't do that right now.
Why is that?
Lego doesn't have a product that could light those lampposts the way those look at this point.
Oh, sure.
But by the time this comes out, who knows?
Well,
I know they're working on lighting in various ways.
Well, I mean, I assume they would just build it without the lights.
Oh, but it's so amazing.
It is. It is, absolutely. Really, really, really cool. Love this one. This is probably one of my favorites of all of them.
Well, I think the tiling on the roofs is such a beautiful, subtle use of colors.
Well, now that we have those triangle, tiles, we can do these fill-ins in the corners here, where they have like right here, where formerly you would have to have jaggedy tiles, right?
Oh, are those are printed trapezoidal?
They're tiles. They're tiled, but they're using the corner tiles to fill in the empty
space.
I
understand. The small 1 by 1. I understand.
Or the 2 by 2 corners. Now this one is really cool. A lot of gray, which I know is like what the real thing is like, but I think this is a pretty cool model.
I would love to see what this looked like in bold colors, but I think it's so detailed. I love the double rear wheels. I haven't seen the original, but I think it's a cool model.
Yeah, I like this one. Okay, so
this one again, ships that pass in the night, but maybe as part of city. Well, I thought it looked close to the street sweeper.
It looks a lot like the street sweeper. The other thing I would say is it seems small for an ideas set. Mm-hmm. Idea sets are usually a bit bigger than this one.
Well, I love the, it looks like there's a mechanic, that it will raise and lower the garbage can, to dump it in.
Yeah, yeah.
I'd love to see this as part of a city set.
Yeah, I mean, it's absolutely a really great little model, and I think it would be a fun addition to a city for sure. I just think it looks small for your usual set. That's all. Yeah, and it's got functions, it got gears, so it actually like lifts the cans in and everything. I think it's great.
Christopher Koster was a big fan of the car, and hooded one as well.
All right, let's see.
Oh, made in silver, it would be crazy.
Yeah.
That would be so good.
Yep.
Flynn and I, neither one understood this. I think either we don't get the reference or it just, we didn't fully understand this piece, so I don't think I really can comment much on it.
Yeah. I have feelings about this that I don't need to like necessarily go into. I will say that I'm just a little confused.
Yeah, it's super colorful. We just don't understand quite where it's headed, as part of the ideas line.
Did I see the gift with purchase idea said it's really small? Oh, that's right. Like the little the rocket ride, right? Actually, you're right. Maybe we would see it in something like that. That would be amazing.
It could be their diversifying ideas, right?
Yeah, I think that would be cool.
What that garbage truck is super cool.
Yeah, I think that garbage truck would make. That's great. I completely forgot about that. Thank you, Hooded One, for reminding me about
Devo Bricks.
Hey, we don't claim to know everything. I'm just giving some attention.
No, we inspire conversation.
Oh, this garbage truck is great, says Jake. I got to play with the concept model, and the functions are amazingly well done. JK Brickworks does a video that goes into the mechanics. That's awesome.
Oh, cool. It's one of my favorites of the ones that are out right now. I just think, and it just feels so just dead on Lego.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, this one, like, I don't know. I don't think that one will
I don't
pass.
think we have much ability to comment on that one.
No. Now this.
My goodness, this is beautiful.
It's amazing.
Is there a title?
It's amazing.
I know it's not the car wash.
No, it is not a car wash. This is the Milwaukee Art Museum.
So beautiful.
I know, Wilfred. I want the garbage truck as a GWP too. I think it'd be perfect. I think it's great. Or, I mean, I would buy it as a small set too. But yeah, you're right. Now this is it. This is amazing.
Well, what would be fun is to have the garbage truck as a rebrick challenge.
There you go. So I like this, but my only... It seems like it would be, again, a difficult build. I could be wrong, but it seems like it might be tricky. Not that I wouldn't want to give it a try.
I don't object to that. I do wonder how much hand positioning. It seems like there's a lot of hand positioning of those wings, right? But they're all pressed up against one another.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's light and lovely.
Yeah, I think it's beautiful. I love it. All right. Mairead, nobody's against difficult builds. So when I'm talking about this, like I'm talking less about like my personal feelings and more from like what I know of what gets approved from Lego Ideas and like what they do, and they tend to steer away. I mean, look at what happened with the medieval the blacksmith shop. Like it was a really difficult build. It would have been difficult to build.
Well, we know that our landscape in particular would not be appropriate for Ideas because while it uses mostly appropriate system connections, it's pretty squishy floppy, right? With Lego, when you build a set, you want to know it's going to go together exactly like the instructions.
Well, this is delightful.
I think
this is really fun.
I love it.
Yeah, I really love it.
That tree is amazing. Just every little detail.
Yeah, it's great. Like I love the car. I love the big giant guitar outside.
Mm-hmm. Reminds me of one of my favorite rides at it's at Disney World, but I don't remember which land. The Aerosmith Rock and Roller Coaster.
Yes.
Right, because it has that giant guitar. And the car's super fun too. I'd like to see more pictures of this.
Oh, and I love that it's got the old school palm tree in there, which I don't think unfortunately would happen. But anyway, cute build. This is a great character study. Like what an amazing job that this person did. It's really, really, really cool. I am not a big. I can't say I'm not a fan.
I am a fan.
I haven't seen a lot of them. I'll say that.
Yeah, I don't know the stories, but every time I've watched Wallace and Gromit, I just love it.
I know the penguin is a bad guy, right? The penguin, like the weird penguin.
The penguin.
The tall head. Or is it a pigeon? I don't know. It's black and white with that red hat on.
Looks like a penguin to me.
But it's a great it's just a delightful little model altogether. Really fun characters.
And the photography and lighting really just it's well presented.
Yeah.
Do you think we're looking at a render?
I don't know. Maybe.
Hard to tell,
It's hard to tell because you can't see it's not on anything, but it looks like it was cut out, so I'm not sure. Okay. Among Us, which I know is a huge thing that people are into, and again, I'm not familiar with it. I think I love the design of it. I'm assuming it looks just like the game.
Yeah, it's super cool. We can't comment on how it relates to reality because we don't know the reference, but it's super cool. Yeah,
I really like the three little round with lots of the circles. I just like the design-ishness of it, and they all have the different hats on. So there you go. Okay.
Hey, look at that.
I love this. Wow, do I love this.
Yep.
And I love that it has the stand, like the little base.
Well, with some of our favorite pieces in gold.
Yeah, this is a definite super cool for me, and it looks like it's using the same sails as that guy. As our pirate ship.
Lego has a lot of ships, but this seems like a really good reason to revisit ships.
Yeah, this is definitely a favorite.
I mean, we're just giving our opinions here, right?
Yeah. Oh, now you know that I want this one.
Have to add it to the haunted house collection.
Yeah, that would be. I worry for it because I worry for it because there have been haunted houses recently.
Well, this is different with the L-shaped format, and they preserve that great staircase.
Yeah, it's really beautiful.
The combination of black and white and color is odd, right? I feel like they made it a black and white house because it was a black and white show, but they didn't want a black and white model.
Yeah. Oh, it's a Roman ship, by the way. this last one, apparently.
Oh, that makes sense. Thanks, Minifig Nick.
Yes, a lot of people were chiming in about the rum and shit.
I wouldn't want to be one of those rowers.
No.
No, that would be a hard job.
Well, and I love that this one has an inside. I don't know if it'll make it, but gosh, I sure hope that it would, because that would be so awesome.
Oh my god, I fell into like QVC commentary.
You did.
Yes, this genuine diamel would go with just about anything.
Well, of course, you know what's funny is like you associate people with things so much that, of course, as soon as I looked at this, I was like, oh, Jake has another thing on Lego Ideas. This is so Jake Sadovich to me.
I love these two together.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely as a not a car person, I think this is really great.
Now, okay, as not car people, I'm trying to determine right now.
This would be big.
This is not. No, these are very different.
These would be very large, because look at those. Those are those curved pieces, and those curved pieces are, they're like this big.
Yeah.
This would be a big old car. I love it in the blue.
I wonder if they steer. Sorry. And then is that chrome all over the bumpers?
That is a lot of chrome.
More chrome pieces, please.
Yeah, these are really, really great. No, John, I did not say that this is Jake's design. No,
it's not.
No, I said I thought it was, because
we just think about him with cars, right?
Yes,
among other things.
And the chrome and it has the Sadovich style.
Look at the katanas for the windshield wipers.
Oh, that's pretty brilliant. Actually, I hadn't seen that. That's pretty funny. All right, now we have some Vikings.
Oh, Hooded One says they're creator size.
Oh, they are creator size. Okay, there you go. And then this is the Viking Village, which I think is fantastic. It's really fun, and I think, and I love that they're using that the little squiggly bit over there, which is awesome.
Oh, almost like a Celtic interlacement.
Yeah,
pattern.
It's I think that's from one of the really, really early modulars, that tile. So yeah, Greenland says. Oh, whenever I hear Greenland, all I can think of is The Princess Bride. Unemployed in Greenland? Sorry. Anyway.
Well, this is fun and adventurous.
Yeah, I think this is really fun. I think this will be a good one.
It seems like it would make a fun play set too.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Sorry, I didn't mean to blindside everybody with my terrible now I just had Wallace Shawn impersonation. Sorry everyone. The numbers go down. We just lost 85 viewers. Well, we never had 85 viewers.
Wallace Shawn is already doing a Wallace Shawn impression.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so yeah.
Well, are there more in this line?
No,
I just want to make sure we have time for our other special feature.
Believe me, we'll have time. But I will say though, before we launch into our Galidor, the main event for today.
Well, there were a lot of cool things and ideas, right?
Yeah, there was lots of cool stuff there. A couple of questionables and a couple of missed it by this much.
Oh, just you mean timing wise with the product lines?
Yeah.
I feel for those designers because they were really great builds, and it just doesn't seem like. I mean, who knows what'll happen? But it seems like there's other stuff in the product line now.
There we go.
Doing your magic.
All right. So actually, it's coming a couple minutes early, but I think before we launch into the main event, that we might as well have our special guest on before we get too far. So everybody, just a couple minutes early today. It's. Logan cookie time
with our special guest.
With our special guest, Logan. Logan Table Shaker.
He always looks around like he doesn't know where the cookies are kept. Okay, catch this one. Say hi to everyone. Oh, that was a bad throw. That was terrible. Here, you can get that afterwards.
Yeah, that can be that's your floor treat.
I usually don't miss. And then, okay, here, I'm trying to teach him to bounce a cookie off his nose, but look what happens.
It's never going to happen.
Stay. But right now, I'm just settling for touching it to his nose, and we'll go further.
Yay, Logan! What a good boy!
There's one on the floor, too.
Oh, yay!
Right? If he'll let me touch it to his nose, we can make progress.
Minifig chicks. This is dad fail.
I did. That was a short throw.
Okay.
But he gets it anyway. I decided early on, if he misses it for my efforts or his, he always still gets the cookie.
Okay. So now we're gonna get into our main event for the day.
All right.
And we started doing this this history of show. We did a history of the Lego Winter Village, and we put it out there to y'all, and everybody was like, yes, do more of those. So we're going to do more of those. And this is going to be our first one. We thought that we would, I don't know. I was looking through things, like trying to figure out what to do the history of. And of course, there's some things with a really, really long history.
Star Wars.
This may be the one with the shortest history.
It could be. It's a contender.
Like less than a year, I think. This is definitely... It was a contender.
Brickanista. Yeah, it is. Any day he gets cookies is a good day.
So we are going
training time.
Sorry. Yeah. So we are definitely going to do more of these, and we had so much fun researching this. I think you'll find this one a little more researched than our. I researched the Winter Village one, but there's so much more here. And I've got visual aids. All right. Galidor. You guys, Galidor. Okay, so Galidor is also Galidor, Defenders of the Outer Dimension. This was a show that came on in 2000. It came out in 2002, right?
Right, a live action kids show, right?
Yeah, so it was a live action kids show with big puppets, as you can see here. I shouldn't say puppets, like people in suits. And it was a Canadian American joint. So together, and it ran on YTV in Canada and Fox Kids in the United States in 2002, and it had 26 half-hour episodes that ran over a couple of months.
Yeah,
right?
It was unfortunately for the American production of the show, Fox Kids canceled 7 months after. Folded.
Yeah. So, and that was part of the demise of the show, is because the main channel that was carried on in the U.S. folded within 7 months.
No there. But we watched a little, right? We watched some Galidor.
As much as we could.
It was fun. We think that it was a fun show. The crew did great. The puppets were great.
Yes.
Right? They had articulated mouths with, things that moved.
Right. So, okay, so the show, and I am going to be reading from some notes here, but I'm trying to... So, the show was about this kid in the center, Nick Bluetooth. Wow, already dated. A 15-year-old boy and his best friend, Allegra Zane. And they get zapped by an extraterrestrial map to a spacecraft named the Egg, and it moves into the outer dimension. And the story moves into the outer dimension, which is threatened by Gorm, who's our big villain.
He's our bad guy.
And now they're going to protect the story's dimension. And so to defeat Gorm, Nick must find all the pieces of a key that will unlock the sealed gates to the kingdom of Galidor, one of the many realms comprising the dimension. There you go.
Yeah, and there they are. There they are in Galidor, right there with the egg behind them.
Okay, so they were looking at, hey, Used Deck Gaming Noodle, how's it going? Thank you so much for joining us today. And thank you. Okay, so they were looking for funding for this show. And Lego stepped up and were like, hey, we'll help out. We will partially fund your show in return for, one of the things they wanted was the rights to the toys.
Well, Lego saw other really successful toy show partnerships, right? And they didn't have any at that point.
Well, and they had just gotten...
I won't say they didn't have any, but they wanted that.
They had just gotten Star Wars, and they were it was a weird time for Lego. All right, this was a very, very weird time for Lego, and we'll get into that in just a minute. So the characters are Nick Bluetooth, and that's the guy in the blue shirt. Surprise. Allegra Zane, that's the gal in the red top. Jens, who is the robot in the background with the one eye. He was a plant that was transformed into a robot.
Yeah, he was a plant who got all burnt up, so they put his consciousness into a robot.
And Euripides, who is my favorite, he's the one on the left. He's like the kind of frog, sort of reptilian, amphibian type deal. And then there was Napalm, a big-eyed humanoid who needs glasses. That's the guy down there, the blue guy. And then the villains are Gorm, Bala, a humanoid cyborg, Tager, and Caliphonic, who's a lizard person. Okay,
so there's our cast.
Yeah, there's our cast of characters, and that's, you can see their little. What was the name of their ship? No, I can't remember. They have a ship that it's called.
Is it right here? There it is.
Oh, the TDN.
Yep.
Okay. So, and it was one of the sets that was made. So there was only ever 20 Lego sets made in total, and 5 of those were a tie-in with McDonald's Happy Meals, which we can go into that. So one of the big things, and this was like, I don't know, this was one of the big things that the show were trying to be known for, was called glinching.
Oh yeah, they invented this. Oh, and as Monica Berry and Mairead are talking about there, unfortunately, yes, Allegra was already the name of an allergy medicine as well.
No, it was, yes. Okay, so this glinching was the ability for the people in this dimension to swap like arms and legs.
Analogous,
and stuff.
like the robot arm for my arm, or the vacuum cleaner leg for
your
my
vacuum
leg.
cleaner leg, your leg. And so you can see a picture here, and Nick is glinching now. Apparently, Nick is, of course, like the big savior guy, so he can actually glinch without trading with anybody else. He can just make his stuff change.
He has super glinching powers.
Super glinching powers.
He does.
So, and fortunately, and when the show was over, we never had to hear about glinching again. So, of course, that fed into the Lego and the toy thing, where they could swap parts.
Yeah,
so that was
coincidental, right?
Right. So that's what they. So that's what they kind of glommed onto. Like, okay, this is the thing. There's like tradable parts. Really, right? Okay.
So that seems like a good premise. There's a show. There's toys.
Yes. And we don't need to. We don't need to go too far into glinching, but yeah, that's a thing. So then Lego came out with their toys, and this is sort of just like an overview of the toys. This isn't all of them, and you can see that Nick there on the left has those wings, which you can trade out his arms for the wings. There is Euripides there, and Jens is the robot. And interestingly, Allegra's not in this picture, but the thing that came with the Allegra figure is in, so I don't know. The Glinch that traded Christmas.
He's a mean one, Mr. Glinch.
Oh, Moto. Oh, my goodness.
You know, these remind me of Hero Factory, and as it happened, Hero Factory took lessons from Galidor.
Yes. Okay, so let's see. So then there was a video. So then of course, there were like video games. All right. Oh, actually, you know what? I want to go back here a second. So we talked about the swappable figures, and it was not compatible with any other Lego product at all. That was probably the biggest downfall of the entire thing. It was not compatible with anything else.
Yeah, it had no standard system connections and no Technic connections. So where Bionicle, you can connect easily, you can connect Technic, you can interswap things, use hinges, convert to studs. This was, if you got this figure, you could only swap parts with the other figures.
Right.
It was like, it was a whole other product.
So this was So this was the Galidor video game. It released on PlayStation 2, Also on Game Boy Advance, and you can see his arms are glinching into wings.
You can see right there. And I think Mairead is right. It was just a toy. It was not, right. It was not a building system.
Right. I mean, they were buildable figures, basically, is what the thing was. And then here's like a little picture of the gameplay from
it's like it. PS2,
He's
right?
He's got like a little drill hand. I'm not sure which one this one is from. But
the games didn't do very well.
But the games didn't do very well, and it also came out it was on PC, PlayStation 2, and GameCube. And you can still find it, which is funny. And also, for the website, there was actually a browser-based Flash game. When was the last time you heard that? A browser-based Flash game that you could play. Okay, so this is kind
Wilfred wants to see if it combines with the wooden duck. Maybe with some glue. So now we're gonna talk a little bit. Lego was having some troubles around this time, so it wasn't just Galidor.
It wasn't just Galidor. Galidor kind of was the nail in the coffin, if you want to call it that, of this. But there were some things that contributed to kind of like the lead up to the failure of Galidor. Lego was doing very poorly around this time, like early 2000s, and they
were making a bunch of stuff, but they weren't very profitable.
Right, and some of the things were like this. This was a Technic helicopter with fiber optics.
Which I absolutely have to have now. Like, this is on my long list along with Ewok Village and all that. It's on the long list.
No, but the problem with this was that they were actually losing money. Like, the fiber optic stuff actually cost more to make than they were selling it for.
Yep.
So that was one big thing. There was... Snaps. This was the Snap with micromotor, and it was made to compete with K'NEX.
Yeah, it had much more complex pieces, and one thing they said was that it was easier to build things like bridges because of all the angles and connectability.
Right, and so, but again, like this had a micromotor in it that cost more to produce than what they were selling it for.
Yep.
And I should say that this is also one of the things that we looked at was there was a Reddit post by a Lego designer. When we will get his name is Mark Stafford, and he headed up Legends of Chima, Exo Force, and Power Miners, and he wrote an interesting article about this whole period and what was going on. And apparently, what had happened is they let go of a bunch of the Lego designers who had been designing stuff in the 70s and 80s.
Yep.
And they upgraded and brought in 30 new people who apparently had lots of like marketing and design.
They had degrees in design and very experienced,
but not with Lego.
No background with Lego.
And so these were some of the ideas that they came up with, and that ended up kind of tanking things a little bit. And I'm not here to like judge like whether they were cool things or not, because they clearly are. Like micromotors sound really cool. Like that sound
Jake Sadovich is a fan, and I think we need to add micromotors to our list as well.
Yes.
Right? We have a bunch of different motors.
And then so then two other things. Now these two product lines, they were unprofitable and also contributed to the trouble that they were having at the time. One was Primo, which they decided that they needed something even bigger than Duplo.
Well, they wanted specifically for babies.
Yeah, this was going to be for babies, and it just didn't do well at all. And you can see, but I love I like the rounded knobs, right?
Yeah, but it came, if I remember it turned into something else. Oh yeah, Primo was followed by Lego Baby that did a little better.
Yeah, so Lego Babies I think was just not a thing. Yeah, I mean they might do better with it now.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. To me, I think these look great, but Quattro seems like it fits better with the overall like progression of the system.
Absolutely.
The rounded figures are cool.
The next one, and this was a really weird one. This was Scala. So this was like Barbie meets Lego, and you can see it doesn't look anything like Lego. And it was a theme in 79 and 80. And then they got rid of it. And then they brought it back from 1997 to 2001. So this is like Scala would have just ended, like, and a little bit later we got Galidor.
Yep.
All right. So,
but then they brought. Oh yeah,
so they brought it went away. So it was gone for 17 years, and then they brought it back.
It seemed like they were casting around, like what's gonna do it, what's gonna be the thing.
Yeah. So this one didn't do. Despite, it lasted. 4 or 5 years, which there's some themes that have lasted less than that.
Well, and
Hidden
now
Side and Nexo Knights lasted less time than Scala.
But now those accessories are fun to put with other stuff,
right? Right. So if you're, but it just wasn't again compatible with the system so much, right?
Patrick Wismer, yes, Quattro is so big. We ended up with some thinking it was Duplo, and
before we knew better.
Yeah, it's hard to get all the way down to system from Quattro.
So, all right, so those were the things, and then Galidor came along, and that was kind of where they were like, okay, now what are we going to do? Now they had just acquired Harry Potter. And they had Star Wars for a little while.
So this is 2001, 2002?
2002, like all around the same time. It was all kind of happening simultaneously. But what ended up saving Lego was Star Wars and Bionicle.
Yeah, Bionicle really took off.
Bionicle was hugely popular. And it really kind of like saved the day. So I know it's funny. I know a lot of people kind of knock Bionicle now, but actually it served a huge purpose at one point.
Now, if I'm right, it seems like Harry Potter didn't take off huge right at the start, right? Okay, and then Galidor. This is my favorite picture from the Galidor line.
So then they did Happy Meals. This was the Happy Meal tie-in. They were like poly bags that they would give away. And I've got to say that this may be the most terrifying Lego figure I've ever seen.
Well, look how the hand doesn't really look like it connects with anything. I think there are ball joint shoulders that you can swap out.
He's got I don't know if you can swap out anything in these. Maybe you can. But so, yeah, that's so. I don't know. So it's Brett Hooper says reminds me of something from Toy Story Sid's house. It totally is. It's totally like something a bad kid like stuck together with a lighter.
He's got super bell bottoms.
Yeah. So that was like a look at the time. This was very Japanese. So there were these. The style, they called them super deformed, and they would be like these really outrageously created creatures that were like I have a super deformed Wonder Woman, and she's like all like super tiny and kind of roundish. It was very strange. But anyway, whoa. So here's Nick.
Uncanny Valley alert with that like off to the side.
Yeah, no. So this is Gorm, and this is our villain. This was also the Happy Meal.
And you can tell he's the bad guy because purple.
There's Jens, our plant-based robot.
Who had kind of a paper towel tube that would come in and out of his face in the
show. This is, what's his name? Oh, it says at the top, Napole, and he's the guy, he was the sort of like little blue guy that needs the glasses, right? And then Euripides, who actually in the show is kind of my favorite character. He's like a guy in a suit with a really well mechanized mouth that moves kind of realistic-ish. I was actually really impressed. It's actually, the puppet work, the practical work is much better than the special effects work in the show. I'll just say that. The digital special effects.
It reminds me somewhere between, Land of the Lost, Sigmund and the Sea Monsters,
right.
and Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
Right, or that show Dinosaurs. Remember that one?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, and then there was a mini comic book that came out.
Flash in the Pan.
Okay.
Oh, and look, it's got the McDonald's logo on it.
Logo.
Did that come with the Happy Meals, maybe?
I think it was a promo. It probably came along with it. And then there was an actual comic book. We've moved on from Happy Meals now. There was an actual comic book that was supposed to be a running series. It came out in 2002. It was one book.
Well, they were trying, right? They tried all the different, let's get this story out there all the different ways.
Right. So
I need to step away just for a moment.
Okay. Could I also possibly
I'll get you coffee as well.
Thank you. All right. So so now we're going to move on to the actual the toys. Okay, so here is the actual Lego produced toy, not the terrifying Happy Meal toy. So this was this is the Nick character, and the biggest criticism of all, it was kind of like what Mairead was saying earlier, is there were just no builds. Like there were no actual you're gonna build a thing. There was a ship, and we'll talk about that in a minute, but really there weren't any actual builds. You could swap out the parts for the characters. And that's about it. And there were a total of 15 sets, with two of them were in limited quantities, and then 2 of them were canceled, I think, before they even hit the shelves.
Well, and some of them were duplicates of the figures.
Oh yeah, and so there were different kinds, right? So you could have Nick like this, and then you could have so this was Deluxe Nick. So Deluxe Nick would come with the wings. So if you wanted to get wings for him, you couldn't just buy them separately. You had to buy both of them. So you could get the wing arms. All right, and they were, and we were talking about $10 a figure for sort of the regular figure, and then $15 to $20 for these. So I think what we expect now as a $15 or $20 set from Lego, this just definitely doesn't match up, right?
Well, and most of those sets only had 10 pieces or 9 pieces.
Yeah. Oh yes, and so these only had 8 or 9 pieces or 10 pieces, right? Like there was, it was very interesting. Okay, so and then here's Allegra. Here's our Allegra figure. We have Gorm. And then this is Deluxe Gorm, again, who has a different kind of arm. But you would need, to buy both of them if you wanted to get the thing.
To get matching arms and the accessory weird arm.
Fabby Fan MK says, and I think this is a great point, he says, the problem with Galidor is that if you wanted an action figure, you didn't want to build one. And if you wanted Lego, you didn't want an action figure. Absolutely. That's like the most succinct. We can just stop now. That is like the most succinct of all of the explanations here. So yeah, then this was, is this Jen's, I think? No, this is a different guy.
That was with the robot face, right?
Oh, right. Sorry. I have to, give me 1 second. I gotta find something real here. I have my little list here.
Your slide list.
Oh no! So this was the KEK power suit, the Keck power suit, and this was Gorm's power armor.
Oh, and so this is big. This is like a
yes, which again you don't you don't get this. You'd have to buy this separately, and from what I understand, it didn't actually come with a figure.
No.
So, you either had the suit or you had the figure.
Well, now, I don't know if I included this in the notes, but I read that this suit had a little game controller or a little game in the back. Permanently attached in the back of the figure. So when you wanted to play the game, which was one game with 30 levels or something like that, a few more or less, you had to hold this figure to play the game.
Yes, and then also I read that you could make it would react to the TV show in some way.
It would,
which is so weird.
So that's actually kind of cool.
Yeah.
But again, people who wanted a little handheld game didn't want to have to hold a figure.
Wilfred says, in Billund they give these figures to naughty children at Christmas. This is what happens when Krampus comes to town and you get a Galidor figure.
Throws a Galidor at your door.
Oh my goodness.
Hey, Alex23.
Okay. So this is Euripides. Now, I gotta say, this, of all of them, this is probably my favorite. I really like the way, I mean, it's styled really well. It looks like the character from the show. And I don't know. I just overall, he's kind of my favorite character and the one I like. The designs I like the best.
Great modern primitive armor there.
Yeah, and I love his staff with the things on the end. Okay, this is Jens, our plant-based robot friend, if you will. Let's see. This was his main. This was his main one. And then I don't know if he had a deluxe version, and I guess I'm gonna guess that flame and smoke didn't come with the figure.
Right? It doesn't look like a piece, does it?
But he's doing a little dance. He looks like he's having a good time. This is the Nepal or Napole. I'm not quite sure.
He's got his glasses on.
Yeah, he's got his glasses on. He's got the fur around, and his character. Actually, this looks more interesting than the character in the show that kind of looks like a stuffy a little bit.
Now, if these had been able to interact with Bionicles, they might have lasted, I think, a lot longer.
Yes. Yeah, it is possible.
Because they're cool-shaped pieces.
And then this was the sort of the deluxe one that you get with his mount. It was named Scheffer or something along
those lines. Kind of
I forgot to write it down.
Cross between a camel and a Skeksis.
It's totally a camel, a Skeksis camel.
Oh, and there's some kind of weird loincloth. Was that on the last figure?
Yeah, he has an armor. Yeah, a weird armor lens. Now, I'm not sure. Now, is this just what he turns into? Is this his swap out? He gets a whole thing on the bottom of him?
I don't know. I thought he rode on it, but I'm only seeing 4 legs there.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, now this one is...
Oh, my.
This one is called Aquart. Now, this is giving me total He-Man vibes. The quality of this character,
I mean, including He-Man had those rounded hinged shoulders.
Sure, I just mean in terms of simplicity of character. Okay, not much thought put into a character. We'll call him Aquart, and he's a guy who swims, and he looks like he comes from underwater. So that was this guy. Okay, so this one's really I gotta. This is Rakhar.
Wow, so many opportunities for Technic connections, but they're not.
So he's a weird motorcycle
shark,
shark crab hybrid thing. I'm not sure what's going on here. But yeah, this one's an odd
Jake
one.
Sadovich says he is riding on it in that last image. He is riding on it, and Jake Sadovich says there's a cool saddle.
Oh, and there's a saddle. Okay, it was hard to see his legs because of the way it's positioned. But yeah, so it's a little motorcycle shark crab monster. Look, it's got crab pinchers in the back.
It would be interesting to see when He-Man and these were in relation to one another, because I'm thinking about He-Man riding Battle Cat.
Yeah, oh well, I mean, Battle Cat is awesome, and this is maybe not so awesome.
I don't know. I'd have to see that one in person.
Okay, so this is the Uni. Again, very
kind of. I find this one confusing. I love that it's got multiple arms and legs. I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
but the silhouette's sort of confusing to me. I'd have to see other poses.
Yeah, I'd be interested to see what that head looks like on a profile. It looks like there's multiple eyes, which look pretty cool. Now I gotta say, we did do our homework, and we tried to watch a little bit of the show, and it was a little difficult to watch.
It was hard. I think the puppeteering was really good.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that.
Joel Marbella asked if everyone's seen the Toys That Made Us, and He-Man is actually, and Battle Cat is what made me think of the Toys That Made Us too. That's a wonderful series.
Yeah, it is. It's really fun. Okay. Now this is
that Gorm?
What's this guy's name? This is Tager.
Okay.
And I can see here where they're going for a different shape, and you can see he's got kind of like an orange alien head, but with like a Borg kind of like thing on, and an interesting. I gotta say, I like his whatever that little weird. I'm assuming that's his weapon there on the side, but and you can see that around the sides is that same piece that was like the loincloth on the other guy.
Oh, and it does look like his hand is clippy enough it can hold that weapon.
Right. Now, I mean, you can see that this really just seems to be sort of like a much lower end version of Bionicles. Like, I can see why Bionicles was so popular, and if they had just made the effort for these to be in with the Lego ecosystem more, they probably would have done better.
Exactly. I think so.
And finally, this is the ship. This is the TDN.
And on the upside, it's awesome. You can put the figure inside. Some of the figures.
It was $40.
And it had, you guessed it, 9 pieces.
It was $40 and it was 9 pieces?
Yep.
Okay.
And no connection points, unfortunately, for other Lego system. So it was one of the coolest things in the series.
Yeah, like I love the little design of it, and it makes me think a bit of the ships from Lego Movie 2.
Yeah, exactly.
It's kind of like a cross between the pop-up party bus and the Sistar system ship. Like,
I don't know which of the figures fit in here. I mean, you would think that Nick Bluetooth should fit in there, but I don't know that Allegra would also fit.
I don't think they would fit in both at the same time. Yeah, so it's interesting. So now the fun thing is, so obviously, it's been kind of become kind of like a joke a little bit on the internet about like the Galidor and all of like all the things that happened with it while it went on and why. Like I think we found it really interesting from a design and marketing standpoint. Like, what is it? Because Lego is a company that every company makes some missteps, but not a lot of companies make a lot of big missteps like all kind of in a row.
Yep.
But then turn it all around and become the #1 toy company in the world, which is amazing, and I think that's so cool. But
I did want to point out designer Mark Stafford.
Yes.
One of the things he pointed out in his Reddit post is that during this period, though great designers knew little specifically about toy design and less about Lego building, the number of parts climbed rapidly from 6,000 to over 12,000, causing a nightmare of logistics and storage and a huge amount of infrastructure expansion for no gain in sales. So Snap, Primo, Scala, and Galidor all kind of all together and had so many unique parts that didn't fit in other sets.
Well, and that just shows right there what we were talking about earlier, that they let people go and brought in people who didn't have Lego experience. And their answer was to make stuff that wasn't in the system.
Yeah,
which they should never do.
Well, I think they have that message now. I think they recovered. And I wonder, too, we were talking about Harry Potter being one of those first IPs.
Yeah.
I wonder if Harry Potter just sort of went along during the books and then just skyrocketed when the movies came out.
I would think so.
That would be my guess. But how excited they must have been to have that one.
Okay, so one more thing. So that designers, like Lego designers, they love to pull from their history. Like, there's been a Fabuland shirt. We were just talking about that the other day.
Oh, yeah.
Unikitty shirts. And so Galidor made a brief appearance, a cameo, if you will, in Ninjago City, which, as you know, is one of my favorite models. Right up there behind me. And so Mother McKellen, who runs the comic shop in Ninjago City, has a Galidor T-shirt on, and I actually have the actual figure right
and
there.
He has a ponytail.
Galidor, and he's got a ponytail. I know, he's totally the comic book guy from The Simpsons with like a different shirt on. So that is so we saw a brief return of Galidor then. And I know that there are some designers still who are really. There's actually one of the designers, and I apologize that I can't remember his real name right now, but on Twitter he's Prince Galidor, which I think is very funny.
Oh, we did want to point out too. There's a plus side to the whole Galidor thing, and that is if you want to get mint condition, new in box, new in blister pack sets, you can get them for about $8 to $25 each.
That's great news.
Right? So if you like what you saw, in Galidor, you can go right out to eBay and get them today. Reasonably priced.
There you go. David Wilkie says, because it's Lego, could you incorporate Galidor in a mock for a BrickCon or Bricks Cascade event? I don't see why not.
I think you would. You might need to just sort of set it there.
Yeah,
because I don't think you're going to attach it to anything unless you like wrap it around, but I would.
Oh, speaking of cons, not to run away from Galidor so quickly. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that brief history of Galidor, and it really I have to say, for what's there, we drilled down pretty far.
Yeah.
We did lots of internet research and found out as much as we think that, as much as we thought we could stand.
As much as we found, yep.
Oh yeah, Aquart and Tager are $100 loose. So Hooded One was saying earlier that Aquart and Tager are the ones who are the most expensive rare ones that you could get.
And David Robinson points out that the sets are really low, but the shipping cost is crazy.
All the Galidor that's fit to print, Brickworm. Oh no, Fablador, next mock match together. Oh no, I can't do it.
Yeah, we should put Nick Bluetooth's head on other bodies.
No, Brickworm hard pass, indeed. But I did want to mention, Bricks LA is this weekend, everyone. And I did want to give everybody a little explanation of what's going on with Fab Max. So I spoke with Aileen, who runs Bricks LA, talking to her about getting Fab Max in there. And one of their rules is that you have to be registered to be able to display a mock. Like, that's how they did it live, and they're kind of sticking to that. Mm-hmm. So what we came up with is, I'm going to submit a single photo that is a collage of a couple of the builds. And in the description of the photo, there's going to be a link, and that link will take you to, I started a Flickr gallery. I'm so sorry. I started a Flickr account yesterday for Tricky Lug, and I uploaded all, and there's a whole album now. So you'll actually be able to go there yourself anytime and check out all of the Fab Max builds. And we even got a few extras in along the way. I got Blair's in there, and I'm sorry that I can't remember, but somebody no, you don't have to add your own builds. I have uploaded everything. It's got everybody's names on there. It's all in our own thing, so people will be able to go and see it.
And we'll put a link to that Flickr page on the webpage.
Yeah, after Bricks LA is over. Like, once Bricks LA is over, I'll post a link to that. Like, it's ours now. It's like Tricky Lug's Flickr account. Not that anybody uses.
Remember Flickr?
Yeah. So I have the one.
Oh, you put it up on MySpace too, didn't you?
Yes, I did, and the local bulletin board.
BBS.
Fourth World Adam, that's right. Thank you very much. Yes, that was who it was. I added Fourth World Adams in, Blair's in, Yano's video is up there, and actually it works out much better for us this way because people will have a chance to see it all in one place, including the video. So I'm really, really excited for that.
It's a group show.
Oh no, Jake Sadovich says, my day 10 for daily brick limit is a Star Wars character made using Nick Bluetooth parts. Oh!
Yay!
Yowza.
That's awesome.
Yes, indeed. I can't wait to see that.
And 10, that was up on the upper part limit for Galidor.
Oh, and speaking of... now I got all confused. Oh yes, speaking of challenges, Brickanista and Joriel Builds, aka JMW Music, aka John Williams, are doing their daily brick limit challenge. I know we've talked about it before. They're doing it on Instagram, and the thing is that you post a build that is the number of bricks that the day is. So if it's the second, then you do 2. That sort of thing. So and real quick, I'm going to bring up, here we go.
Well, people's 1, 2, and 3-part challenge submissions were pretty fun.
Yeah, they've been really fun. So just here's a little to kind of just show you, to give you an idea of ours here.
Well, yours, you made all of these builds.
Sure.
I did. I kibitzed. I helped.
Yes. So you can see here was my day 1 was the goat. Day 2 was the magic lamp. Day 3, I did this little camping scene. Day 4, I did a dad joke. and the winner is. And then I used my Blair Archer inspired scuba tour for my day 5 build. So those are all things that you can check out. You can check out the rules on Joriel Builds and what?
Brickanista posted the link for the rules.
Yes, you can find the rules on either of their Instagram accounts, Joriel Builds and Brickanista, so you can check those out. So yeah, you should definitely. It's a really fun challenge, and don't forget our "It's the New Year, Baby" challenge, which is coming up this week. You have until tomorrow at 5 o'clock to turn in your builds. I'm really looking forward. We haven't done a slideshow, a mock slideshow, in like 3 weeks, and I'm so excited to be able to to get back to that. It's
fresh
really
new year.
Fun.
Well, I don't know,
and we'll have a new challenge to announce.
Please let us know what you think about shows like the review of Galidor, because we're psyched about doing research and putting things together, and we have some other ideas. I think we're gonna.
Oh yeah,
that'll be a It may be a semi-regular thing on Wednesdays.
Yes, so yeah, we're definitely gonna be doing more history of it. We would definitely love to know, like, did you enjoy this? Did you like finding out about Galidor? Is it something that you'd never heard of before? Because I was thinking about
Maybe they would have rather we just put together a Galidor set for an hour.
That would
one set.
It would probably take us that long. So if you liked this, you can give us a little thumbs up. Maybe like the stream if you like that. I'd love to see. I'd love to get more interest in this. And I don't know. I was looking this morning. I was like, okay, we could do like the history of modulars and the history of this. And I was like, oh, everybody knows about all of these.
We want to do weird ones.
I mean, we're gonna do those too. But I wanted to kick. I don't know. I just wanted to kick off with something weird.
Yeah, there's one I want to do. I think there's been so much Technic that doing an exhaustive review of Technic would be like too hard. But I'd love to look at the early days of Technic, like the origins of Technic. So that's one I'm going to start working on.
Absolutely. Oh yes, the lampposts. History of Clickets and its demise. Oh, that's a good one.
I like that one. Oh, Jake Sadovich, thumbs up.
History of Legoland parks. Ooh, you know who we could have on for that? We have a friend.
We have a friend who would be a perfect guest for that.
Yes, we do.
Wow, who we've been wanting to talk with here anyway.
Yeah, I love these ideas. What I'm going to do is I will jot all of these down. Let's jot these down. So, lampposts, Clickets, Legoland parks, 70s Legoland theme. Very good. Yeah, Monica, I don't know a lot of the history either, so this is kind of like a learning experience for us. And I know it would probably be really fun to hear about Galidor from somebody who was super obsessed with Galidor. But at the same time, I enjoyed learning about it, and I enjoyed talking about it. And looking at the models and stuff. It was really interesting.
It's kind of, we're starting out with History 101. History 101.
Yeah, there you go. So, there you go. That was our show for today. That was really fun. I hope that y'all had fun too. We will be back on Friday. And don't forget that we are doing Hidden Side from the Inside, indeed. Don't forget the challenge. Don't forget the challenge on Instagram. Don't forget, gosh, I don't know, there's so many things not to forget. I've forgotten them all.
You know, if you like the show and you haven't subscribed, hit subscribe.
Yes, because we're still doing that subscription drive. We've got models here.
We have a vintage Monkey King.
A vintage
Monkey Kid. Here, we'll say it. A vintage Monkey Kid, Monkey King Warrior Mech.
Oh my goodness.
It's vintage at this point.
Yeah. I know. So, oh right. So if you want to find us, you can do so. Instagram, we are at TrickyBricks. If you have questions, comments, ideas for challenges, or ideas for history of, you can email me, Flynn at TrickyBricks.com. If you want to send us something through the snail mail, you may do so. Flynn and Richard, P.O. Box 11517,
Oakland, California,
94611. Very exciting. Have you announced it on your Instagram, the YouTube subscription drive? I haven't. You know, I don't post much about YouTube on Instagram because they don't like that, and I think that they suppress some of those posts.
Oh, thanks, David Wilkie.
I will be posting. I should go ahead and post up about all that, and on Facebook and all that stuff. I just haven't.
Monkey teenager.
Totally. And also.
Yes.
Well, there's this crazy thing, but I haven't. Brickanisa, when will we be moving our post office box?
I was just thinking about that.
Probably soon, like in the next couple weeks. It's now that the holidays are over and mail's starting to get back to normal. I feel like we can do that. I know there's still a few things coming, so I need to go ahead. We need to make sure we get all that.
So we might say that pretty soon we're going to be switching. So if you're thinking about sending something right now, just
let us know, so we know to look for it.
Just let us know,
because it'll get forwarded. But still, you know. And
we love art.
We do love art. Art is awesome. So there was something.
I think.
I forgot.
Rounding in.
Oh, there was a crazy thing that happened that we haven't talked about too much yet. Do you want me to wait and talk to you about it and then tell you, or should I tell you now?
No, surprise me. Uh-oh.
Okay, one of the people.
Was that a quick Cruella Deville look right there?
One of our viewers works at the Lego store, and he won a prize for getting the most good reviews.
Oh, yay.
And I hope I'm saying the right set, but it's the Lego Star Wars Star Destroyer, the huge giant gray triangle.
Well, if you're going to say that, I hope it's right.
I hope so too. I'm pretty sure that's the one. It was used. It's glued, it's put together, it's glued, and it was used as the display model in the store. But he won it, and he doesn't have room for it. And we certainly don't have room for it. But he wants to give it to us to use as a giveaway prize. So how about that? I know, right? So that's that may be something that's coming up. Again, it would be a built model. But I know there's people that would like that. Yes, Joel Marbella says that's why you complete your survey for Lego.
It helps.
That's right. So,
I know, Alex 23.
I know. I have no idea how much it would cost to pack and mail it, but darn it, we will do it. And I think so. We've got some fun prizes coming up, y'all. We've got that. We've got the we have the whatchamacallit. The Monkey Kid set, and we have from Moto the Star Wars Nebulon kit. No, that one we will not.
Well, hooded one. As much as we would like to, I think we would have to have tin cups out on the street if we ship that across the water.
Yeah. I mean, we have enough trouble being able to just get regular packages out. So
our prize kits.
Yes.
And in other news, there's been creeping along progress on the 3D printing front.
Kind of, but we don't need to go into that.
But yes, there's progress,
and so I'm excited about that. Okay, Everybody, thank you so much for joining us today. We love seeing you. We look forward to seeing you again on Friday and seeing everybody's contest entries, or not contest, but the build challenge entries. So I think we're going to wrap it up for today. And I want to say thank you so much for joining us. Until next time, be sure to stay safe, stay healthy, wash your hands, wear your mask, get that flu shot, and we will see you next time. Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.